organization culture is different, and what makes Magic software unique in terms of the organization structure and the company is of course growing. What do you plan in terms of the culture? Do you want to sort of preserve it, whatever is right now, and build on it, or would you like to sort of build some checks and balances and keep changing it as per the time? Is there any sort of a roadmap that you have in terms of the organization culture?
No. I think there's nothing like a roadmap as such, and I maybe I don't know enough. Let me put it this way. The way I would say is that um, the culture is defined by people and how people come together, how people work together, and what are those, as I had earlier mentioned, those soft things in a company which is a little bit above policies, structures, and procedures, right?
Right.
That element has to be, evolved and built as we continue to grow. So there's no written roadmap, but I think that growth mindset, if that aspect goes away, then I think we are dead, in my opinion. I think that people who see us, and when we see ourselves in the mirror, and people who see us from outside, they should get that sense that this company is a company which is having that growth mindset. They're continuously looking at solving problems. They're not getting stuck. They're very entrepreneurial. They take charge. They are initiative oriented. They're client centric. I think that is what defines growth mindset. And if that is something that is retained, then no matter which market I serve or what offerings I have to sell or sell to the markets that I serve, the people culture is the most important thing. That I think is what I think should remain the blueprint, right?
Right. So that's something that you would want to preserve.
Correct. Yeah. That is something I want to preserve. That is something that I want to continue to nurture, continue to define it and make people own it in their hearts. So I think that's what we want, right?
Right. So Magic EdTech believes in and is working towards digital learning for everyone. Is your organization culture linked to the company's vision, and is it helpful in moving the brand towards its mission?
Oh, absolutely. I think again, think about it, right? Digital learning for everyone is basically helping everybody grow from where they are, right?
Right.
And if you think about our mindset that we are bringing to the culture of the organization is growth mindset, right? And we are talking about innovation, collaboration, right? And I think our digital learning for everyone is nothing but empowering that. In our statement, we say, in pursuit of happiness, right? So when people are looking at going for learning and education, part of it is because I want to skill myself so I can get a job, right? And so I can make money, and that because I make money, I will be able to do my, manage my life, my family, and achieve some level of happiness. At some point in time, that is not the only purpose of learning. The purpose of learning could be even beyond just getting skills and earning, right? And I think when we think about lifelong learning, I think it is to do with just not skilling yourself for a job, but even going beyond that, right? So therefore, digital learning for everyone is all about growth mindset. You'll see there's a whole new demographics that's coming up, where senior citizens are going back to school. There's probably maybe some of them are for reskilling, but some of them are going there because now they want to pick up something new, and they just want to enjoy that journey, right? So I think we are talking about digital learning for everyone from demographics perspective, from different goals, different purposes. It is nothing but to power up, in my opinion, growth mindset.
So what exactly is growth mindset, Acky, and why is it important for organization culture to foster growth mindset?
So I think growth mindset, the way I think about growth mindset is that, we are optimistic, we are hopeful, we think there's a better tomorrow, and we can get to that better place tomorrow by working today, right? Growth mindset is, that's at the abstract level, but I think at the execution level, we are saying that, we are folks who can take charge, who can get things done. We don't get stuck just because there's a problem facing us. Everybody faces challenges in their lives, but it is what is the attitude you bring to that? What is the mindset you bring to that? Is that, yes, here's the problem. let's make some assumptions and let's go out and solve that problem, right? I mean, don't get stuck with it, so to say. And if that requires me to think out of the box, that is innovate, if that requires me to go and partner with some of my colleagues, my friends, my peers, inside the organization, outside the organization, I should go out, collaborate, and get the job done. Very execution focused, get the job done, action oriented. That is how I see growth mindset. And we can say reflect this in many different ways, but I think at the simplest level, okay, go get the job done. Don't get stuck, and continue to move from one level to the other level. I think that is basically the message of having a growth mindset.
Right. So Magic EdTech's ethos talks about growth mindset powered by innovation and collaboration. If you could explain our viewers, what really this ethos mean, and how has Magic powered its growth mindset?
So when you confront any challenges or any problems, right, you try to solve the problem by looking at the resources that you have control over, and if you're able to solve that, then that's great. But 9 out of 10 times, what you have probably is not enough for you to solve the problem. Then you're probably being forced to think out of the box. So you're innovating. You're looking at a solution which you probably have not thought before, and you're trying to completely do a left field thinking out there to solve that problem with the limited resources you have. The second is that you probably figure out that maybe you are not enough on your own. You need to go and partner with your peers or colleagues. So therefore, you go and shake hands with your colleagues and say, "Hey, I'm here trying to solve this problem. Trying to get to the next stage. I don't think so I can do it myself. Can I team up with you? Can you come along, help me out on this one?" And you start collaborating with your colleagues. So I think that's where I think you need those skills to collaborate and innovate. I think we all live in a very complicated world, very dynamic world. When we confront issues and challenges, you always have to. You don't have to assume that you'll all get unlimited resources. So you always have to think out of the box, and
Right.
you have to team up with other people so that you can overcome those issues and challenges.
Right. So as workplaces constantly adapt to new technologies, tools, and incorporate automation and adjust to global economic changes, continuous learning is a necessity. What are the benefits of that? Of this learning culture? Which what does learning culture bring to the table? I mean, if we talk about continuous learning of even the employees within the organization, what are the benefits that this brings to the table?
So, part of the answer is already there in the question, correct? Market changes, dynamics, right? So, and you need to continuously adapt to the changing requirements of our customers, changing requirements of the macroeconomic environment. I think if you don't, keep updated on the trends, then you will be outdated in no time.
Right.
The whole world increasingly is becoming very digital. Your customers therefore are looking at you to be one step ahead, so that they can see value in what you can bring to the table, correct? Otherwise, if you're one step behind the world, then you're no more creating value for your clients, right? Your competition is investing heavily, so again, you can't afford to get left behind, correct? And again, our team members, right? They're also working at Magic, so they're also looking at us, doing something innovative, something value or creative to their own careers. If your team members are stuck with old technology, then they will not find the job exciting.
Right.
They will start looking for another company where they think they can do a lot more exciting stuff. They can learn more exciting things.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you bring that growth mindset attitude to bear here, right? The whole idea is that if you want to grow, you have to learn, right? You can't stop learning, and if you stop learning, then you're not likely to grow, because you're not likely to create the value that your customers or your stakeholders are looking for, right? And I think as a manager, if I'm leading a team of 1,000 or 1,200 people, I need to be able to be able to add value to their careers and their professions.
Absolutely.
And how do I do that, right? I mean, I have to ensure that they have the platform in Magic where they are able to move to the next step, even personally, professionally, right? So
right. So it's basically that if every individual grows within the organization automatically grows. And
Absolutely,
there's a
yeah.
value addition.
Yeah. Because everybody's
So
here for a reason, right? I mean, yeah, it's a job and it pays you money, but I think at the end of the day, that just does not check the box for our team members, right?
right.
They are here because they are excited about education. They're here because uh, we believe that we are doing cool things for our clients, and we cannot do cool things for our clients if you're not ahead of the curve. I think one thing is there. We often say follow the trends, what's going on, but also can we be the trendsetters? Can we think ahead of the game and say, look,
Right.
if this is what's going on in the gender demographics of
Mm.
population, then don't you think we should think like that for the demographics, for the population, and go
Right.
back with some ideas? And that also requires a lot of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And learning is not just absorbing information, but taking that information and relaying it back, okay, and manifesting that into some value, right?
Right.
That completes actually the learning. That is when
Right.
you say, hey, I read about this, but actually I executed it and I saw how it happens in action. Therefore, I have learned how that thing, what that thing is all about.
So basically, not just be a trend follower, but be a trend setter.
Absolutely, yeah.